Bio 181 video for chapter 8 is on C4 plants and CAM plants. So C4 and CAM, these are two alternative pathways from the traditional photosynthetic pathway, which is called C3. So in a C3 plant, that's where carbon dioxide is fixed in the way it was presented in this course through the Calvin cycle to create glucose. So it combines with RUBP. Okay. The problem is that if you run low on carbon dioxide, then you run into photorespiration. And so again, if you have photorespiration, then oxygen gets involved here. And then instead of making glucose, we end up losing carbon dioxide. Okay. So to avoid photorespiration, we have two other mechanisms. C4 plants actually take the carbon dioxide and convert it into another molecule that has 4 carbons. Then it takes that molecule and it moves it into an environment that has no oxygen. So it transports it to an anaerobic environment. Anaerobic just means no oxygen. Okay. So now you don't have to worry about the fixation through photorespiration of oxygen, and we get our glucose. So this one is an anaerobic environment. It's isolated. In a CAM plant, and so an example of that type of plant would be like corn. So this would be corn, okay, and maybe plants that grow, especially in warm environments. Whereas over here, I think in our book, we have columbine as an example for the flower, okay? Columbine, it's you. Okay. And then CAM plants. So these plants are going to be plants that are going to open their stomata at night. And so they don't have to worry about the oxygen building up because they can keep the stomata open. So they open stomata at night. The problem is there's no light at night, right? So yeah, they've got all this carbon, but they can't use it right away. So they have to store it. So at night they convert it into a molecule that they store. And then in the day, they close their stomata. So they close the stomata and then they take the carbon dioxide from a version that they stored and they release that, and that goes into this cycle. So in that way, they bypass photorespiration. Okay, that's it for alternative pathways for photosynthesis.